everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's Appraisal Buzzcast. I'm Jim Morrison, and with me as always is our host, Hal Humphreys. Hey, Hal, how are you doing?
I'm good, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, through the magic of podcasting and maybe time travel, we're back this week. It's been a month for us, but for everyone, it'll seem like we haven't missed a beat. So we appreciate that, everybody focusing on that. We just got back from Valuation Expo. We had a great time.
You know, it was a fantastic show. I was absolutely thrilled to see so many people from all across the country, even people from out of the country come in for it. I got to say, Jim, I'm exhausted still today.
Yeah, I know. We have a recovery time on this. It was a good week while we're out there, but I feel like we need a week of recovery. But it was a great time. What were some of your favorite things that we did out there this year for Valuation Expo?
You know, I really like the new format of the stage and the way that looks and feels. And I think my absolute favorite moment was, and this may seem strange to folks that were there, but I really adored Jason Pfeiffer's presentation, and the way it came off the rails at the end led to some really interesting conversations after the fact.
It created a buzz. I thought Jason, what he was talking about was really interesting. So, you know, it was a crazy landing, but I think it was valuable information.
You know, they say in the aviation world, you know, Kim Green is a pilot, and there's this old joke is like, you know, a good landing is one you can walk away from. A great landing is one where you can use the airframe again. He got it on the ground, and he was able to walk away from it. So it was a good landing. What was your favorite thing about the show, Jim?
Well, you know, one of the things he said is like defining your job by not your task list or your skills. And I really, you know, had such a great time at the show, bringing everyone together, having a good time, getting the whole industry there at Valuation Expo. And I thought that was my favorite thing, was how full the trade show was, all the different companies that were there. I was really excited by that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Besides how we changed the presentations, what do you think about some of the other changes that we made this year for Valuation Expo?
You know, I thought, you know, look, we had some minor tech issues on day one, but I think that the feel of the stage with the four big chairs and not just a table with a skirt on it and four like folding chairs with a microphone, it just felt better. And I think breaking it down into smaller chunks. So for instance, having Lyle Radke from Fannie Mae do a solo presentation for 45 minutes and do their thing, then take a break and then hear from Scott Reuter in the same way, and then do a panel talking about something more meaty. I thought that really worked well. The feedback that I got during the show and immediately afterwards was everybody really liked the way that format worked.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. And, you know, I really liked that we did that. You know, the other thing I heard from people is that we had so many sessions on Monday morning during the pre-conference sessions that they couldn't attend everything they wanted to. So, you know, we had a lot of great content at this event that I think everybody really enjoyed.
Yeah, and you know, I guess we'll just call that high-class problems. We have too many good things going on. But at the end of the day, I don't want to sit here and just like lift each other up and say what a great job we did. Look, it was a fun show, but what really made it for me, again, going back to what I first said, was all the people coming in from all around the country to be together and be positive. And, you know, there were some AMCs there, but there were also representatives from software providers and new people getting into the software business, and the Appraisal Institute and the National Association of Appraisers. And there were so many industry groups there that were willing to spend time and talk to people that, you know, I talked with one attendee who said they'd never been to Val Expo before, and they not only picked up some new clients, but actually got two new jobs while they were at Val Expo, but they also got to meet key players and talk to them one-on-one like normal human beings, not like there's somebody up on a pedestal over here. So I think that's the main takeaway, is when appraisers come together in a room and are positive and talk about important things, I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, that was one thing that stuck with me is how many lenders we had there during the Lenders and Vendors Live that in anticipation of the interest rates reducing are trying to add to their panel now, and they were actively looking to add appraisers at the show, which I thought was great. We want to encourage everyone who missed out on Valuation Expo or even the ones that were there to come to the Appraisal Summit as well, September 14th through the 17th. Meeting with your peers in the industry is such a great way to network and gain insight on what's going on.
Yeah, and the Appraisal Summit, hosted by the National Association of Appraisers and Appraiser Learning, it is such a fun time. It's boots on the ground appraisers there to help each other out. I'm such a fan of the National Association of Appraisers that I not only joined the organization, I ran for and was elected to the board of the organization. I think it is one of the most useful organizations for appraisers in the country. They support each other. That's the main thing. They are there to help each other, do better work, be better appraisers, and get more work and that kind of stuff. So if you missed Expo, join us next month for the Appraisal Summit in Las Vegas. Again, it is September 14 through 17. Where's it going to be?
That's at Planet Hollywood, and we'll put a link in the description for anybody that wants to sign up.
That sounds great. Let's do this. Jim, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
LIA Administrators and Insurance Services, serving valuation professionals since 1978. We provide E&O insurance with a commitment to superior customer service, outstanding liability education, and unmatched claim defense, benefiting over 10,000 real estate professionals nationwide. Explore our exclusive Appraiser Liability Education by Peter Christensen and cost-effective seminars designed to foster your growth. Our underwriters, with an average of 26 years of experience each, are dedicated to supporting appraisers. Visit liability.com to discover how LIA can safeguard your business.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to the Appraisal Buzzcast. I'm Hal Humphreys, your host, and I'm joined today by my good friend and associate, Jim Morrison.
Well, I don't think we did a good enough job of teasing in the beginning, but we have a pretty big announcement. Hopefully everybody stayed on and watched us because we have a big announcement that we want to let everybody in the industry know, and I will let you take it away.
Well, I will say this. For those of you listening, this big announcement is the brainchild of Jim Morrison. We're launching a new annual award through the Appraisal Buzz, and we're going to call it the Buzzys. We want to find a way to recognize industry leaders and allow people to vote on the people that matter to them. This is not us selecting someone that we like. It is a purely, you make the vote and we tally the results and tell you who is going to win the awards. We'll cover topics like Appraiser of the Year, Rising Star of the Year, Best Technology, and more. You can fill out the nomination form at appraisalbuzz.wufoo.com/forms/2025-buzzy-awards. That link, as difficult as it is to say, will be directly underneath this video in the comments section. Click on that. You can go vote on your idea of who is the appraiser of the year, who's the rising star of the year. We've got a bunch of different categories. Jim, anything else you want to say about the Buzzies?
Yeah, we'll include the link. I know that's a long link. Maybe we'll have a shortened link as we go along. But the nominations will be open till September 30th, and then we'll announce the finalists. We'll get 3 finalists in each category. And then from October 1st to the end of December, we'll have voting for that, and then we'll announce the winners at the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, anybody under the Storyboard EMP umbrella won't be eligible to win. So as much as we love Hal, you can't vote for him for Instructor of the Year or the Buzzcast to be Content of the Year. We definitely, we appreciate all of the support. We want this to be something for all the industry to come together and recognize the people that they may know and vote together.
And is this just recognition? Do they get something for winning this prize?
Yeah, so the winners of each category will be invited to Valuation Expo to accept their categories in person. And as a bonus, 3 random people who fill out the nomination form, whether their nominations are selected or not, will receive a free pass to next year's. We'll just do a random draw out of the email address when you register. It is 1 entry per email address, so you can't load the ballot box. but we're looking forward to it.
I'm just envisioning somebody with a podcast out there nominating themselves 20 times. Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Are you wondering how property insurance is changing in the wake of climate events and natural disasters? Need a primer on appraising religious properties? Want to learn how tech tools can streamline your workload? The Appraisal Institute's Trending Topics Thursdays webinar series is designed to help appraisers everywhere do their best work by keeping a pulse on industry trends, tools, and relevant skills. Join the Appraisal Institute as a member to gain access to our on-demand library of timely content featuring leading experts, or join us live for the next webinar. Live sessions are free to attend for members and non-members alike. Visit appraisalinstitute.org to explore the free webinar series.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Hal Humphreys, your host. You're listening to the Appraisal Buzzcast, and I've got Jim Morrison with me today. You know, we usually have a guest on these podcasts, and we talk about, important things going on in the industry. We don't have a guest today. It's just Jim and me, and we are wrapping up Valuation Expo and talking about the Buzzy Awards coming up. And Jim, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this, and thanks for not having an anonymous appraiser question this time.
Well, we're still going to have an anonymous appraiser question. We're not going to let you off the hook. We're going to burden you with the whole question yourself. You won't have somebody to help you get the answer on your own. And it's an interesting one. So here's the question. There's an underground tunnel that leads from the basement of the house to the workshop under the garage. There's a stairway from the workshop that provides access to the garage. This allows you to travel from one to the other without going outside. Do I call this an attached or a detached garage?
Okay. So, and I'm willing to hear other theories on this, but what I'm going to say is an attached garage shares a common wall with the house. And even though there's a tunnel going from one to the other, I would think of it more in terms of if there's like a covered walkway or a breezeway going to the garage, you wouldn't call that an attached garage. So I would say it's not technically an attached garage. Now, somebody out there might disagree with me wholeheartedly, and I'd love to hear that opinion, but that's how I would approach it.
Well, I think that sounds right to me. We'll ask people to put it in the comments what they think. We also would love for your questions, comments at appraisalbuzz.com to send in your anonymous appraiser questions. I think, Hal, you did a great job with that one. I think I agree with you, but I'm not an appraiser, so we're going to just rely on your expertise.
I have thought about it, and I agree with myself. Jim, do we have anything else?
No, we've got it all covered. Hopefully you'll put in some nominations for the Buzzy Awards. We're looking forward to the inaugural year of that.
If that's the case, we have nothing else. For Jim Morrison, I'm Hal Humphreys, and that is your Appraisal Buzzcast for this week. If you came to Val Expo, thank you. If you didn't make it, join us at the summit next month. If you don't make that, join us at Val Expo next year. Check out the Buzzy Awards. Make your nominations. 3 random people to make nominations will get a free pass to Valuation Expo next year, so be sure and do that. That's your Appraisal Buzzcast for this week.